Welcome back to Parsha and Wine with David and Azik. We're back here in the Chabad of Silver Spring. I think we like this location. It works for the both of us.
You had a good yeshiva break?
Good break. We're back at it. This week is Parshas Yisro. And not just Yisro, it's also Tu Beshvat, which is, once the Tu Beshvat is really the reason why I chose the wine. The Gvaot, Gafna, Reserve, Bituni.
Bituni. Talk to us about Bituni.
So let's talk about it for a second about Tu Beshvat. Yes, first of all, it's my wife's birthday, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Tu Beshvat is one of the 4 Rosh Hashanahs of the Jewish year. Now we all know the famous Rosh Hashanah at the beginning of the year, but there's 3 others as well. They each mark significance for different celebrations, different things that we count throughout the year. But Tu Beshvat happens to be the Rosh Hashanah for trees. So we know about the shemittah cycle. So every 7 years, we're told, the Torah tells us that the land has to rest, the Eretz Yisrael, and the fields have to lay fallow. And but in the 7-year cycle, years 1, 2, 4, and 5, in addition to the tithes that are required to be taken for the priests and for the Levium, we also have to take a tithe called Meiser Sheni. Meiser Sheni is the fruits of the year, and they're taken and they're brought to Yerushalayim, and you have to eat them in Yerushalayim. Years 3 and 6, by the way, those foods are not brought to Yerushalayim. They're given to the poor. That's called Meiser Ani. And so we need a date in the year to calculate when is the new fruit, when's the new season for them, so when to count them. So that date is Tu Beshvat.
It's almost like us.
Okay. That date is Tu Beshvat, and everything after Tu Beshvat is considered part of the year. So we have specifically what we have is fruits and grains that are grown, produce that are grown in Israel. We take obviously the prime example of those kinds of fruits and vegetables that are grown are from the pasuk Eretz Sorah Gefen Te'ena Rimon Eretz Eshem Nudvash. It's wheat, barley. We have Gefen wine, figs, Te'ena Rimon pomegranates. Zay shemen is olive oil, and dvash is dates and date honey. So we have this now. The bituni is actually it's an indigenous grape to Eretz Yisrael. Now, these are only fruits and vegetables that come from Eretz Yisrael are required under the shemittah. And the bituni is actually one of the oldest known varietals that is native to Eretz Yisrael. In fact, actually, there was a big scientific study, DNA fingerprinting, done on the varietal, and it came up that it's actually native. And as I was telling you before, the grapes survived throughout Muslim rule, who obviously don't drink wine. They got rid of all viticulture that in Eretz Yisrael, with the exception of grapes that are eaten. And the bituni happens to be a grape that also can roll as a table grape as well. So let's taste.
Sure.
Chaim.
All right. Let me get a little bit more in my glass here. So Gvaot is up. It's near Shiloh, not far from Shiloh.
So these grapes are actually from the Shomron.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit northern. So
you may be able to see the colors is very light.
Very, very light. Yes.
Similar to a Pinot Noir.
The color looks that way. On the nose, you're not getting the same nose though from a Pinot Noir.
So a lot of people who drink this wine compare it to closest comparison to Pinot Noir. One interesting thing about these indigenous grapes is that because they have just been rediscovered recently, it will take a few cycles, a few years, and trying to get it to maturity, to the proper extraction. So it's still going through a early phase, and we should hope to see better and better indigenous wines over the years. I still expect it to be light the way it is. Chaim. Yeah, so definitely a lighter bodied wine, very flavorful. You're getting that fruit. It
lot
has
of
a
fruit
little bit of the oak influence.
Yep.
Mild.
It's 12 months in oak.
Yeah, I'm assuming some of the oak was not new, or most of the oak
It's
was
not, it's not
new.
overpowering
No,
the
it's
flavor.
not overpowering at all, and you wouldn't want to do that to light wine like this. It would just take over, and also the body. You don't feel that richness in the body, so it's very light but flavorful.
It's actually an easy drinking wine, and it's
delicious.
only 12% in alcohol, so it's not. It's a lot easier to drink. What do you think you'd pair this with?
It's a good question.
I caught you there in the middle of tasting wine.
I'm trying to think of like a good Israeli dish.
I mean, like lamb. Does lamb come to mind for this?
Lamb, if you're not, if it's not too rich.
Okay.
So there could be ways that you could prepare the lamb, and this would be a perfect pairing. For sure, turkey. I feel like I say turkey for all things.
I mean, I might even pair this with like a fish, or even it's that kind of. It has that kind of
seared tuna,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah. But it's a very pleasant wine. It's also a wine I would drink on its own.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, so it's a very, very nice wine.
L'chaim, I don't know if you noticed, by the way, on the glass is KFWE.
That's this week.
That's this week. Anyway, I hope to see you there. If you're watching this afterwards, I hope I have seen you there. And L'chaim.
L'chaim.